Good morning, everyone. Dr. Eve here, and your community health and human service educator, and who has gone homesteading. Exciting to be with you this morning. I was just grabbing some footage of some things that I'm doing so I can remember what we were talking about today. Welcome, 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 everyone, to my people blog, my people, places, and things, and all things healthy living, and food, and conservation, and water, and preservation, all things well being. Welcome to my channel where we are redefining well being as the highest form of equity. Y'all. Good morning, or good afternoon, should I say, because your girl slept in today. And I mean, it was so cold. I just did not feel like getting up today. But I thank you, Jesus, for my awakening. Hello and welcome. And so we want to talk today, y'all. I had a lot going on. As I just opened up, I showed y'all my broth today. I'm making some turkey broth. I discovered my son left this morning for a shipment trip, and I discovered he left the seeds from the lemonade that he made in the bottom of the jar. I was like, oh no, let me have them seeds. Hey, Shaway. Oh, I am rested. Hey, Talisha. And I discovered that he left the seeds in the jar. I was like, give me them seeds. Hey everyone, I am rested, gray hair and everything, but you gotta embrace this stuff, right? We gotta embrace who we are so we can be authentic and real before the people. Another thing, while I was laying there in the bed, I was like, husband, um, have you ever had corned beef before? Like, do you like corned beef? He was like, yeah, I like corned beef. I said, well, I wonder how they corn beef, like really, because I want some corned beef hash. You know how you ever had corned beef hash? Your skin. Oh yeah. Let me tell you what I use on my skin. I use water, and I use Jamaican black. God, what is it? Why am I drawing a blank? 62. Um, God, let me go get it because I want to tell you the truth, okay? It's Jamaican black. And let me clean this camera real quick because it's looking real dark. That's better. Okay, it is Jamaican black. Oh, I'm really drawing a blank. Castor oil. Jamaican black castor oil. That's right. That's it. That's it, Talisha. Jamaican black castor oil. So I use that on my skin. All things natural. As I told y'all, we are going to be doing natural things over here. We're going to be creating natural products. I want to show people you can do it. This is a DIY. We can preserve our food. We can grow our food. We can do all the things. And this is a DIY channel. So thank you, Talisha, for that comment. I appreciate that because, sometimes when you go live or even as you're aging, sometimes you can have a complex if you allow yourself to have a complex. But I'm aging and I'm aging gracefully, and I'm gonna wear it and wear it well, right? Because it's what God gave me, and it's the one. If you can't love ourselves in our real state, then baby, we got problems. So I say, let me show up so I can help other women to show up and other individuals to show up to love themselves as well. So back to the opening of this video. I started this video with my turkey broth. I oh no yeah my onions. So you guys know that I have been freeze drying a lot of things because I am trying to eliminate food waste as just as importantly as anything else. It's important to eliminate food waste. I don't know why this thing just zoomed in. I didn't want it to zoom in. Let's see. I don't know why it zoomed in like that, but let's get that zoom out. There we go. All right, so I uh I have been preserving food like onions, peppers, all the things, and the reason why is because wait a minute, y'all. Do I have this on backwards? I got it on backwards. I have this thing on backwards. It don't make no sense. Like I knew something was wrong with that. At any rate, what I was doing was preserving the onions and the peppers and different things to avoid food waste, right? Because every time I turn around, I am letting things are going bad in my refrigerator, right? I look up, the onions are bad, or I'll see gnats, and it's because the fruit flies. They be fruit flies from the things that are going bad, or I'll see fruit on the counter and I haven't eaten all of it, right? Because why? I can't eat all of the stuff. Like it's just me and my husband. He does not, for some reason, grab fruit and just eat it. Um, there is, my peppers. I look to go get a pepper to try to cook and it's gone bad. So the goal is to really just to try to preserve the food so that it doesn't go bad, because that's just like going in the supermarket and buying stuff that's already high and you go ahead and throw it in the trash on the way out the door because you're going to waste it, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I decided to go ahead and start preserving some of those things, right? Um, so what I showed y'all in the beginning was this my onions, my diced onions. I just took them out of the freeze dryer this morning, and I've got 4 jars. I've got 4 quarts of diced, preserved, freeze dried onions, so that when I get ready to cook, and guess what the shelf life of that is? The shelf life of these onions just went from maybe a month to 25 years. That's the difference. That's really the difference between leaving it fresh and freeze drying it and preserving it for days to come. So I'm trying to set this camera up so that I don't have to, so that it's not sliding everywhere, because I'm getting a lot of light in my face right now because of the sun. So let me see if I can just get it out of my face. That way I'm not fighting this sun. Okay. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. All right. So the second thing was, oh no, the second thing, thank you. So the second thing was getting the turkey broth. So I cooked another turkey, and I'm cooking up, really cooking up foods for the winter, really cooking up to store things, but I needed some more broth on my shelf. So I cooked it all up and I made a big broth, but I had put away all the stuff from the dice stuff that remnants of that, and I saved it in a plastic, a bag, so that I could put it into the stock. I'm making stock. So that stock is going to be put shelved. I'll shelve it, I'll water bathe it, and then I'll probably get about 5 or 6 jars. It's just like you going to the store and buying broth. We got to buy it to season our foods, or either you're going to season with meat, or you're going to season with broth, or you're going to season with something. Why not season with what you already have? I think what we have not been trained to do is realize the full potential of the stuff that we cook, right? And I didn't. So I'm learning, and so as I'm learning, I'm sharing with others along the way the many ways that we can go ahead and begin to save and preserve and all the things, right, that will help us to be more frugal, and to help us to build our own supermarket, so I won't have to buy broth. Okay, so I showed you the broth. Yesterday, I also made onion powder. So I posted today on my Instagram. Oh, by the way, and if you're not liking that channel, go and like my Instagram channel because I post things about that, post things about what I'm doing in my daily life over there every day. So, um, so I got onion powder, and I never knew that you could that all these whole foods have a whole 360-degree cycle of life, right? So in an onion, you take an onion, you peel them back, you get the skins, right? You do whatever you're gonna do with the onions. I dice them up and preserve them and put them in the freeze dryer. So now I got 4 quarts of freeze dried onions that will last 20 years, or they have the potential of lasting 20 years. They won't last 20 years because I'm going to use them to cook with, but they won't at least be won't be going bad, right? So then you take the butts from the onions, you take the skins from the onions, soak the skins from the onions, soak the skins in some baking soda and a little bit of ACV. My own ACV, by the way. Why? Because I made my own CV. ACV. I don't have to go buy any. I got a jar of it. I got a half a gallon of apple cider vinegar from the preserves, the apple preserves that I made. So it is like intriguing to me to see all the ways that I now not have certain things I could just cross off the list. I'll never have to buy again. I can just buy the whole food. If you buy the whole food, you can get many more things out of the food, right? All right. So then you have, um, so then you have, what else? So I had the onions. You have the onions. You have the onions. I have the stock. Then I said I want to make this. I want to try to make this corned beef. So I took beef out. I put it in the crock pot. Put some onions in there, and I put some little Lipton onion soup. So I was like, wait a minute, how can I make that Lipton onion soup? Like, what would that require? Maybe some gravy, maybe some beef broth, like um, whatever kind you want to make. Because you can make vegetable soup mix, you can make um, beef soup mix, you can make all kinds of soup mix that you know how you sometimes you just buy the onion soup mix, and then you may put some sour cream in it, and then you'll have some dip. Y'all, I'm like, okay, well, how can I make this? Because I'm about to make this right here. So I already have dried onions. Now, what I'm gonna do is with this beef is I'm gonna figure out how to um maybe let it freeze over a little bit or gel over a little bit, and then put it in the freeze dryer, crush it down, and make me some Lipton soup mix. I mean, not Lipton, some La Geneve soup mix, right? Because I have my own line over here. I have my own farm going on. So I'm intrigued by looking at all the things that I use daily and looking at how I can make that for myself versus with the things I use and using whole foods and cooking and using everything. So back to the onions. I took the onion and I washed it, let it soak in that ACV and that baking soda really clean. Then you take that and you put it in let it dry out, put it in the oven on 200, let it get crisp, right? Slow cook it to crisp. Take it out, put it in the blender, blend it up, and you have got onion flakes and powder. What did I do with the rest of the butts? You can either plant them in the garden or you can put them in the turkey broth. Where did I do with them? Put them in the turkey broth. And so, but they do have a life cycle. You could put the butts back in the garden because they you will then get some more plants, right? Some more plants. You won't have to grow from seed. You grow from root. You grow from the root, not the seed. All right. And so I said, well, y'all, I'm into whatever I'm doing that day. That's what I'm coming here to tell the people about. But here's the one thing I want y'all to remember. I want y'all to always get something out of what I come here and share, because that's what this is all about. I want us to begin to really be thinking about homesteading as a lifestyle. Like, if you can get chickens, cool. Check your city ordinance, get you some chicks. Okay, if you have a backyard, right? If you don't have that yet, then we gonna find you that, because I'm also a real estate investor who knows how to, find the proper land. Like, it took me a long time to get the land that I have, and I specifically knew what I wanted. I negotiated this property, all the things. I used my negotiating power. I knew what I wanted in land. I knew what I didn't need. I didn't have to have. I didn't have to have a garage for what? Like, I didn't have to have that. Like, I don't drive a Benz. I don't live a lifestyle that's above my means. If I want one, I can have it, but that's not my desire. I drive a truck friendly Journey Dodge that I can get in and drive to the mountains, or, that still no, with no payment on it, right? Because what's this all about? It's about living whole, redefining what well-being looks like for you. Like, I can have my luxury moments. I get on that trip and go to that royal palace, right? Or live royally in my home, the way I define royalty for me every single day. Getting up every day and, being in the luxury bath of my own that I created, in an atmosphere that's very whole and healthy, and with the right music and classics and things, that I use for me, my mental well-being. And so we have to stop letting the world define what that looks like for us, because essentially we're being mind controlled otherwise if we do. So we want to make sure that we are mm, being on point about how we redefine well-being. So what else am I doing today? I'm going to go put on another turkey. I'm going to start sorting my seeds out, because I got to work on my calendar and getting some seeds. Yesterday, did a live on seeding, and my seed house was cutting back the green pepper, overwintering some green peppers. I showed y'all how to do that, and now I'm going and how and the seeds. I got so many seeds, and so now I need to start getting them potted and started. I need to get some seeds started, and but I need to sort them first. So I went out yesterday, got this amazing album. I'll show it to y'all. Probably I might show it to y'all later. I'll show it to y'all tomorrow after I organize the seeds and show it. I'll share that with you all, because we do have to organize our lives so that we know when things are getting started. Now, if this is something that you desire to do, please go ahead and connect with your cooperative extension in your area, so that you could begin, and your farm service agency. Go ahead and connect with the one in your agency, because they be having free classes. They have free on free on-site classes. They be having online education. They have all kinds of resources that is in your area, because while you watch me grow or do things, or other people online growing, we are living a lot of times in different zones, and those zones, you're growing, and the things you can grow in your area really does depend on your zone and what you're able to grow. Okay, is what you're able to grow. So make sure you're checking on that. I'm not going to keep this live up. Yeah, it's going to go private after this. I probably need to edit it. um but um but yeah, I want you all, I'm trying to keep these videos a little shorter, because when they get too long, you lose your viewership. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, and get this other bird started. I just started my beef, because I want to make sure that I want to make some corned beef. I used to love corned beef as a child, like corned beef hash. Like, I really have had a taste for corned beef hash, and I used to love it straight out the can. Um, and it's got potatoes, and I got a whole bunch of potatoes I need to use. So I'm trying to come up with recipes of things that I enjoy, my family enjoys, and that we can also incorporate some of the things that I have that I've already, drummed up: the onions, peppers, celery. Yeah, I've been busy up in here. And but it's the life. It's the life I'm teaching, it's the life I'm living, and it's the life I'm teaching others as a community health and human service educator, allowing you, showing you, and modeling what you expect, and also connecting you to the resources that you need on the ground in your area, because you can get but so much here. YouTube education is amazing, and I come here to learn, and then I take what I need that I can use in my business. I work it into what I'm doing. If it's working for me, then I tell you how. Then I show you how. Then I come here and talk to you about how. So my goal is a nursery. So I'm preparing for my nursery next year. I'm also preparing to have some specialty items at the farmers market next year. So because I not just dehydrate, but I freeze dry, my stuff is good for 25 years. So if it's sealed, I can pull out what I want and go to the farmers market anytime I want. So that's called product life. Like I'm using equipment that gives my product long life. Okay. I can package up small bags, say, onions, here's some freeze dry onions, sell them y'all, this thing is real. Package up my oils, right? That I'm fermented right now, my essential oils, my elixirs, my, preserves. I'm a creative, and that's where I'm happy. God has allowed me to do so many things over my life, but He brought me to this point in my life to be able to use everything. To be able to use everything. Nothing in your life will be wasted, okay? Nothing in your life will be wasted. And so please do remember that. Please, ma'am, please, sir. Thank you for joining me live here today. Um, and I hope that you took something away from today's live that you can use. Yes, if I can figure out how to come up with that castor oil, I'm gonna do that too, right? I don't mind buying stuff, but the point of my channel is preserving, right? All right, so you guys go and have the most amazing day. And whatever you do, don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to becoming who God has called you to become. Peace and blessings, my friends.